Laya Sha'ala, which means to Israel. Imagine, which means to stand. Upani Akadan, which means to face the east. We are going to get into the Lord's Prayer. So once again, I imagine Upani Akadan, which means to rise and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Salah. This is the Lord's Prayer. You can find this in Matthew chapter 6, verse 8 through 13. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shukah, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Rakzaka, Hayah, Ashah, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanlanah, Nakam, Paul, Yawam, Basalaknoah, Kabawatnoah, Kasalaknoah, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ah, Walasayawan, Abal, Hawashinoah, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Lakah, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapara, La Awalami, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. The Kaf, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Bakashah, Nathalanah, the Kaf, La Ba'ah, Kal Makalah, Kal Manawa, the Kaf, La Tahar, Hamakazari, the Kaf, La Hakim, Hamathi, the Kaf, Arakawa, Hatama'ala, the Garship, Ba'ashem Yahweh the Wadaman, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, Sophia. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Saparian, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. What we just said was in the English, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us in Israel, in the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahorim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regolka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tzorka, Ayad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah Yakka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makorah, Yashamar, Aknapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawaka, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'ala shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damiyalaka, Akaparach, Wa'al-Tashakwa, O Kayahana, Arabika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Yarayama, Sawada, Wayataya Tazawa, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amaru, Lakawa, Malakakidam, Magoya, Walaaya Sakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwala, Kaya, Nawai Tazawa, Laba, Yakabwa, Aulika, Baria, Yakarapwa, Ahoya, Adawan, Waya Shema Alayam, Moa'aba, Wagari, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashaf, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashabor, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamati, Kasayab, Sara'ah, Kayabia, Banakol, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayanda Aura, Hayawa, Daman, La Alama, Shayathamwa, Nada Yamawak, Haira, Wakazabak, Wakazora Manai, Kornasia Kamwa, Ashar, Amaru, Narasha, Lanawa, Laawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shathamwa, Kagogala, Kopash, Lapanya Rawaka, Kaash, Kabaria Iron, Wakalapa, Talahat, Harium, Khan, Darakatna, the Cyberka, Wapasa Wapaka, Dalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayapapashua, Shika, Yahawa, Yabashua, Wayapaho, Ayai, Wayap Kaparo, Waya Abadu, Waya Daiwa, Kayatha, Shika, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Al-Kaha Arataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off and be the nation, that the name of Yashar'Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as the Sisera, as the Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make the noise like a rib, and like Zed, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Zamunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right. ISUPK. It's like ISUPK, power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen. And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse against the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Kamikaze, the gang movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, United Space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, but try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down to find sorcerers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause this to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause me to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. All right. Sorry. Please return. All right. All right. All right. Yeshavium, which needs to be seated. All right. Let me check something real quick. All right. First things first, I do want to say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Al-Shah Barakatah to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alatah by Shem Al-Shah to the sisters, all right? I am priest and officer Maccabia, ISUPK, Minnesota, otherwise Twin Cities. If anybody has any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat. Otherwise, if there's no questions, we can jump right into the actual topic, okay? So as you know, for the last couple of weeks, we have been going through the scriptures within Exodus and speaking about the whole, really the whole construction, the whole built of the tabernacle, all right? The temple that was created, and commanded by Moses, all right? And how Israel pretty much came together and built the temple, this holy place, and in the spirit of the Most High, all right? And we are now finally getting to the end of it. Salaki, y'all bear with me? All right, so Salaki, for that, when I was going to say, when the brother comes, you can just, all right, this way. You got to open it. Shema, I'm going to press out. All right, so what we would just get into, so this week is pretty much the last, it is the last of speaking about the construction and the building of the temple, the holy place of the Lord, and also to the Ark of the Covenant, okay? You know what I mean? So once again, if anybody got any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat, all right? Otherwise, how we always do it, we are going to get straight to it and not be too long with it here. Anybody got questions? Go ahead.
So you do the prayers and stuff before on Sabbath?
Absolutely.
And after?
Yeah.
Okay, I never seen that before. I thought we just started off. I ain't never seen it at the beginning.
So, okay, I'll be honest with you, right?
When I was watching, it's like I was thinking it was over. That's why I'm like, it's over with already?
Oh, no. So in the past, right, if you remember our Sabbath service, we used to do it in the beginning.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then, what we found out is that, there were improvements, and also too that everybody in the nation was not doing it as ordered. Right. So then we had videos, you know what I mean? Because when we first came to the UPK, how we have access to the internet now, it wasn't like that. There wasn't no Facebook Live, YouTube Live, but I think the closest thing we had was a Google Live, Google Meets, shit like that. So when it came to that, everybody thought that they were doing it correctly. But, the generals had made a video and demonstrated everything step by step. And then we also have in the prayers right here, it tells you how to do the service as well, the protocols. You know what I mean? So it's in a way beginning to start it off, and then at the end you close out. So you open and then you close. So also too with every feast, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Otherwise, any other questions? Exodus chapter 39, verse 32. All right. So yeah. So as usual, if nobody has any questions, like let me see here. Hey, Dan, Most High in Christ. Hey, shalom to you as well. All right.
See, Bowman today, slush.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. I see the people in the comments already.
Exodus 31.
39 and chapter 39, verse 32. All right. And just to let y'all know, it's 7 verses at a time. Okay. You all right?
Yeah, don't worry.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. If you need something, just let me know. Okay. All right. Also, too, I bought some new waters and stuff like that. I'm gonna start putting some pop in there, or any beverages if y'all want something besides water in there. All right. Also, too, if y'all want to bring your own stuff, like your own strong drink, wine, whatever, y'all can do so as well. It's up to you. It is class, it's Sabbath service, so you know how we get down. All right. All right. So, as usual, once again, so this is the Sabbath service. Our tradition as priests of the Lord in ancient times, when you read about Yahweh Shai and the disciples, they did the Sabbath service. They held feast days, all right, which is in the Bible. And the tradition is you have a priest in a holy garment, like I have on myself, who would be here at the table and who is going to be teaching the scriptures. But however, we will read it in our own tongue. The word tongue just simply means language. All right. So we'll read it in our tongue, which is the ancient Paleo Hebrew. And we will have sometimes young men come up. All right. And of course, the mother's job was to teach the children the actual Hebrew. So that way, once they get to a certain age, they come up and they present and read into their own language. All right. And of course, if they don't get it right, they come back each time and time again, each week, and to the point where they can actually get fluent into their own language. That was the responsibility of the mother in the household, as far as teaching of the children the actual ancient Hebrew. All right. And as you see, every time we go to Passover, a lot of cities get the opportunity to come up there with the generals and the captains to be in the middle of these men and read into the actual ancient Hebrew. Okay. So all right, let me see it. Oh, you got the Tanakh, right?
No, I got the 1611.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you want the Tanakh, just let you know there is like a small alphabet sheet in there.
Oh, it is?
And inside, yeah, all you gotta do is I think it's right here.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just I'll do it for you. I know it's in here somewhere. I was gonna say once I put it in.
I only seen the Yiddish version. I didn't see the ancient.
Hold on. There should be in here. How about this? Just kind of clean the book out. It's a paper in there. Oh wait, hold on. You know what's a lot? Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. All right, there you go. All right, so yeah, let's get into the Hebrew. I'm gonna get into 7 precepts real quick, and then we'll translate to the English. All right. This is Exodus chapter 39, verse 32. Wathakol, Ka'ol, Abadah, Mashakan, Ahol, Mawa'ai, Waya Aishwa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Kakol, Ashar, Tazawah, Yahweh, Af, Mashah, Khan, Aishwa, verse 33. Waya Awa, Af, Hamashakan, All, Mashah, Af, Ha'ahol, Wa'af, Hol, Ka'oyawa, Karashyawa, Baryakwa, Baryakyawa, Wa'aimatyawa, Wa'adanyawa. Verse 34. Wa'af, Makasah, Avarath, Ha-Ayalam, Ha-Ma-Adamyam, Wa'ath, Makasah, Irath, Ha-Takashim, Wa'ath, Parakath, Hamasak. Verse 35, Ath, Arak, Ha'adath, Wa'ath, Bat-Yua, Wa'ath, Hakaparath. Verse 36, Ath, Hashalakan, Ath, Yua, Wa'ath, Lakam, Hapanyam. Verse 37. So like, just let y'all know, a lot of this is going to be like repetitive. Like a lot of the words are kind of going to be saying the same thing, repeat themselves over and over again, just like the last couple of weeks. So if you hear the same words, just understand it's correct. It's repetitive. You know how the Lord is. You want to make sure that you understand each and every thing that He's saying. He's going to repeat it, more than once. So like verse 37. Hamanarah, Hatarah, Narath, so like Narathia, Narath, Marakah, Wa'ath, Kolya, Wa'ath, Shaman, Ma'awar. Verse 38, last verse, Wa'ath, Mazabak, Haza'ah, Wa'ath, Shaman, Ha-Mashakah, Wa'ath, Quatarath, Hasamyam, Wa'ath, Masak, Pathak, Ha-Ahol. And that's it. Clap it up. All right. If somebody could start me off with Exodus chapter 39, verse 32, and I'll stop you when it's appropriate.
Book of Exodus, chapter 39, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Thus was completed all the work of the tabernacle, of the tent of meeting. The Israelites did so, just as the Lord had commanded Moses, so they did.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you read that from the top one more time? And just a little bit louder, please.
It's like,
that's what you good.
Exodus chapter 39, verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
Thus was completed all the work of the tabernacle, of the tent of meeting. The Israelites did so, just as the Lord had commanded Moses, so they did. Verse 33. Mm-hmm. Then they brought the tabernacle to Moses with the tent and all its furnishings, its claps, its planks, its bars, its posts, and its sockets.
Wait, so where are you reading from? Are you reading from tonight? So as far as tonight, it's not going to be accurate. So I would say you either got that or
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like you could start again from 32. Because I'm trying to find the words with you. I'm like, hold on, I don't see it. I'm like, so are we reading the same book?
That's was all the work of the tabernacle, of the tent, of the congregation finished. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So they did. And they brought the tabernacle unto Moses the tent and all its furniture, its taches, its boards, its bears, and its pillars.
Yeah, bars.
Its bars and its pillars, and its sockets.
Keep going, you got it.
Verse 34. And the covering of ram skins dyed red, and the covering of badger skins, and the veil of the covering. Mm-hmm. Verse 35. The ark of the testimony and the staves thereof, and the mercy seat. Verse 36. The table and all the vessels thereof, and the shewbread. Mm-hmm. Verse 37. The pure candlestick with the lamps thereof, even with the lamps to be set in order, and all the vessels thereof, and the oil for light. Verse 38. And the golden altar, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the tabernacle door. Okay, you start right there. So now, it's getting straight to the point. So now we're getting to the end of all the work that's being done, right? So now it's listing off all the things that that is being presented, being shown to Moses. So of course, just like any job, right? Like if you work a job that's contracted,
the boss is going to tell you, hey, we need to get this done and get that done by a certain time period. Once the work is done, the job is done, you have to get the boss to present it to them just to show them what work was done. Do you want us to add or subtract to this and that? The same thing like with a warehouse job. That's really all I really did.
Right.
If it wasn't call center, it was a damn warehouse job. You know what I mean? I did a lot of what's called data entry. You know what I mean? So I used to do the inventory and the data entry for a lot of these warehouse jobs and have to, work side by side with the boss just to see what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. So it's the same thing, all right? So you pretty much Moses is just taking account of the work. Now, although the Most High commanded Moses to get this job done, it doesn't mean that he has to do everything by hand himself. Of course, he has a team. All right, he has a team with him, which were his brothers and sisters, the children of Israel. All right. Now, also too, it doesn't mention male or female, but it says the children of Israel. So that's talking about all of us, because I bet that there had to be some women who were working them garments, just like the men. One thing about sisters, they have the skills when it comes to fashion and clothes. All right. So that's it on that part. Let's go back into the Hebrew, all right? Unless anybody got questions.
I got one question. Quick.
Yeah, you got to go ahead.
When I'm reading from the Tanakh in the Hebrew, and it says the number 39, do I start here and then go from right to left after the number, the opposite of English?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you see 39, you want to go. Yep, you want to go that way. Yeah.
So anything after the 39 is really before.
Say it again.
So so 39, the number 39 is right here.
It's right there in the corner, yep.
So that's where it actually starts from right here.
Yes, that's where it starts.
Fresh.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, so I used to get so confused by that, but of course, with just learning from other people, they made it so much simple. It's just like a regular text that you would read, like a regular book that has that's numbered. It's just the opposite way, and that's really all it is. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, there are a few spots in that Tanakh, certain chapters, where it might get a little tricky to the placement of how it's how it's sitting there. Like, for example, you may have chapter 39 right here, but 40 be like in the middle, in the middle of somewhere. You know what I mean? So you got to pay attention to make sure that you're reading it correctly, because it can get a little confusing and weird. All right. So let's see here. All right. So we are going to get into verse 39 and finish off with chapter 39 and go into chapter 40, all right? And end off with verse 1 through 2. All right, so this is the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 39, verse 39. Mazabah, ha nakashath, wa'af, makabar, ha nashakah, it's like it, ha nakashath, there we go, ashar, lawa, bad yawa, wa'af, call yawa, hakayor, wa'af, kanwa. Verse 40. Kalaya, hakatazar, imatya, wa'af, adanya, wa'af, hamasak, la sha'ar. If you could put it on silent, Babashah, or vibrate. La sha'ar, hakatazar, Mayatharyawa, Waya, Thadath, so like Thadathya, Wa'af, Call ya, Abidath, Hamashakan, La'ahol, Mawa'ai, verse 41, Bagatya, Hasharad, La Sharath, Bakwadash, Bagatya, it's like Bagatya, Hakwadash, La Aran, La Haran, Hakahan, Wa'af, Bagatya, Banyawa, La Kahan, verse 42, Kakol, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Mashah, Khan, Aishwa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Kol, Ha'abadah, verse 43, Wayara'a, Masha, Ko, Ha Malaka, Wahana, Aishwa, Atha, Kashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Khan, Aishwa, Waya Barak, Atham, Masha. All right. Okay. Now we into Exodus chapter 40, verse 1 through 2. All right, which is the cutoff. Exodus chapter 40, verse 1. Waya Dabar, Yahweh al Masha la Amar. Verse 2. Bayawam, Ha Kadash, Ha Ra'ashwan, Ba'akad, La Kadash, Ta'koyam, Ah, Mashakan, Ahor Mayawad. And that's it. Clap it up. All right. I'll let the next brother take it over. Exodus chapter 39, verse 39. A lot and clear, Baba Shah. So Exodus 39, 39. All right, you got it? All right, so make sure you call out the book, the chapter, and the verse.
Exodus verse 39.
No. Chapter
39, verse 39.
You got it.
The brazen altar and his grate of brass, his staffs and all his vessels, the laver in his foot, the laver in his foot, the hangings of the court, his pillars and his sockets, and the hanging for the court gate, his cords and his pins, and all the vessels of the service of the tabernacle for the tent of the congregation, the cloths of servants to do service in the holy place, and the holy garments for Aaron, the priest, and his sons' garments, to minister in the priest's office, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So the children of Israel made all the work. And Moses did look upon all the work, and behold, they had done it as the Lord had commanded. Even so had they done it, and Moses blessed them.
Right, okay, yeah. Most times, also too, when you go to each verse, just call up each verse as well, so everybody else can follow along. Otherwise, the water. So now, once again, it's getting straight to the point of Moses looking over all the work that was done, and of course, he was satisfied because it was done as the Lord intended it, or asked of it to be done. All right. So, and that's a perfect thing, man. Like when you get orders, you know what I mean, you want to make sure that you know are not being lazy in your work, in your service. You want to make sure that you are, you know, all in and you are really completing that order. All right. I don't care how many times you've done an order. I don't care how many times you have experience. Make sure that you do your job 100% of the time, because any lack of any lack of wisdom, any lack of consideration when it comes to doing the work of the Lord can cause issues. And what you want to avoid are issues. All right? Because once again, if there are issues, it makes the work, more difficult. What our job in the UPK is, the reason why we teach the way that we do, and we work the way that we work, is to make things easier for our nation. All right? When you are out there, like for example, right? When you are doing the work, of the oppressor, when you are doing the work of Satan, things are a lot harder for you. All right? Like once again, sin looks very fun. I got you. I mean, to want to get high all the time, it sounds fun. You have a temporary, distraction from all your problems, all your stress, all the woes of the world. I get it. It sounds fun, but it's just not. It's not logical. Sooner or later, you are going to have to deal with reality. All right, and there is a way to escape the terrors, the oppression of this world. And trust me, it's not drug addiction.
That's right.
It's not alcoholism. It's not want to, be in the streets.
Like understand that some people live and live off of the feeling, the thrill of doing a lot of the things that are being done right now. Do you know people? Like I remember watching something online, and this brother who was part of the LGBT community talks about how, you know, there are times in his life where he wants to commit suicide or unalive himself because, you know, although he's living this, you know, vile lifestyle, he truly doesn't want to be that. And that lets you know that that is a demon, and it's no different than the demon of drug addiction. It's no different than the demon of simply just want to like there are men out here that prey on other men's women. Like, do you know that there are women that are outnumber men, and that's for a reason, because you can have multiple wives. All right, you know, if you can handle that, of course. But the purpose of that is to build a family. But there are men that prey on other men's women when there are women that are available, not taken, but available. Like it's terrible, man. But the reason why we do what we do and what we teach is to make things easier. All right. Now, instead of you having this trap house, I mean, you got brothers like Moses who build a tabernacle, a holy place. All right. Like right here in the UPK, man. Like we have sanctuaries all over in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. I just found out that we got a damn school out in Europe. What the hell is out there? Like as soon as I think about Europe, I think about white people.
Right.
But however, there are niggas over there. You know what I mean? I'm not ignorant to that, because I've seen, you know, things to where there are nothing but Israel over there too. You know what I mean? Also too, I'm not sure how true this is, but Alaska. Like, goddamn, like, I mean, when I hear about Alaska, I think about the damn North Pole. You know what I mean? I mean, like, what is out there? But of course, it's the truth. Go ahead.
So, like, I just heard the generals talking about South Africa or something.
Oh yeah. No, it's a brother out there. It's a brother out there. I think it's Cape Town.
That's crazy. I never
Crazy as hell. Yeah. No. I don't know the brother's name, but but no, it's a brother out there in Africa. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, how do you be able to tell? How we discern the difference between
Africans and us?
Yeah. Like how, I mean, like that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know? Like, how do you know?
So go ahead.
So, like, I would say the spirit.
Right. It's that, but also too, like you know how a job does a background check.
Oh, yeah.
We all do a background check. We investigate and try to go into our ancestry to see, you know, who our fathers were and who our mothers were, just to double check. Not only do we check, you know, our father's side, because you already see that your father, but in some cases, if you're not sure, you just check all the boxes. You know what I mean? Just to double check and see. But also, too, you got to know this, right? One thing I know for sure, the difference between what I saw in the UPK versus any other Israelite group, if somebody is not Israel, they never survive in here, never. Never. Like I'll give you our story, right? A few years ago, before we got out of school back in before we got to school back in 2018, 2019, right around that time. You remember when we was downtown, and so it wasn't like official school, but like it was like a start, right? It was in a loft downtown St. Paul, and we was at the library over there downtown Minneapolis, right? It was this dude that was coming in. And then, you know, it was some other troopers that was here a while ago that can attest to this. And I remember when I was teaching classes, and it was this dude that was coming in, and he was knocking on the door, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, hey, are you looking for, you know, something else? And he's like, no, you know, y'all the ISUK, right? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, what's your nationality? He's like, oh yeah, I'm Israel. You know, I'm from Israel. My family's Israel. Da da da. I mean, everything about this man says you are a Hamite. You are an African. And so my class topic was about whatever, but in the spirit of just to try everybody's spirit, my class topic was about brotherhood, and I was going to get into a certain topic about brotherhood, but I switched it and talked about Africans. just to test the spirit to see. And so, mind you, this damn Hamite came for like 2-3 weeks, and the Akim, the brothers coming up to me like, hey, Maccabi, like, Adawan, I think that's a Hamite. And I was like, look, I know it's a Hamite, but look, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I know how to handle this, and just watch. And even for Dash, during his class, I talked to him, I told him about it. And he was like, yeah, I watched your class. And he was like, I saw you went from one topic to the other. And I'm like, yeah, because I know that's a damn African. So I started talking shit about the Hamites. And then now every week, I just reiterated the same thing every single week as he was there. But when he wasn't there, I got to my main topic that I really want to talk about. And eventually, I mean, after 2-3 weeks, he was gone, which lets you know that he was really a Hamite. And then also too, when we seen him in passing and stuff like that, you just saw his family, nothing but ham and cheese is what we call it. You know what I mean? And so like, I mean, but also too, we had told the brother like, look, hey, you should bring some paperwork in, just for us to double check. He don't want to do none of that. And a lot of times when you ask people that and they don't want to do it, I mean, it's just you're gonna see that they are really who they really are, who you think they are, as far as them being heathens. You know what I mean? Also, too, it was one time that I think a white girl tried to come in and she tried to say that she's Native American. Now, here's the thing, though, right? That's very hard for a lot of us, and sometimes I still deal with this. How somebody looks on the outside versus who their father might be. You just gotta be very careful. You know what I mean? Somebody like I know somebody who looks white, but they are Israel to the fucking bone. You know what I mean? I'm talking about their father is a nigga. Their mama is native, or their mama's white. You know what I mean? Now like for example, like it's this brother. I used to slave with. His name is Frankie. I talked to the brother to this very day, and I remember being trained by this dude. I remember seeing his name. I saw his last name was like very Hispanic. I'm like, Gomez. I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn, that's kind of like a Hispanic name. And then one day he was like, hey, I won't be training you this week. I'm taking a business trip out to Mexico with my family. And then, I started to hear him and the other employees talk. And he said that his father was Mexican and his mother is Italian. So I'm like, is that your biological father? Like, or, are you adopted? And he was like, no, that's my biological father. And he was like, hence my name. And, he speaks perfect English. But I'm thinking in my mind, that's a whole white boy because he looks just like his mother. You know what I mean? Now I've seen his mother and his father. I'm like, you look like your father, but you take on the appearance of your mother. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like that's crazy. But in my whole mind, I'm thinking that this is the whole devil in front of me. So yeah. But and also too, down the line, I started to realize like, being around him a lot, that's really a nigga in disguise. He's just white passive. Okay. So yeah, so once again, it's not that hard to see who is who, you know what I mean, as far as the spirit. But as far as that brother that's out there in Cape Town, trust me, that's a nigga. I know a difference between a nigga and an African for sure. You know what I mean? It's not hard to miss at all. All right. But of course, if you ever question it, you better come to me. Like, sir, I don't know about so-and-so. So-and-so kind of look a little whitish, a little Africanish, Asianish. You know what I mean? All right, so Salaki, where exactly where we?
40, verse 140.
Okay, Salaki.
Exodus 40, verse 1.
All right, yeah, y'all go ahead and finish off with that. Yakudash, if you could, Bible shot.
Exodus 40. Chapter 40, verse 1.
You got it.
And the Lord spake unto Moses. Wait, it's like
yeah, that's right.
The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, on the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation.
Right. So now, okay. So with the last few chapters, right? So the last few chapters, what we saw was the construction. What was the build? This temple being built up from the ground up. All right, this holy place. Now, since everything has been presented to Moses, and Moses has confirmed that okay, this is what the Lord wanted. So this job is a job well done. It's all completed. Now, when he says, on the first day of the first month, shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. Now that means that they have to fix it up to where they have to organize everything. All right. So think about open house. Open house is where you got to make sure everything, you know, the reservation, everything is up to par, up to speed. So that's now what's about to happen. So when we see the reiteration of everything in this chapter, it's all going to speak about how everything is going to be in its proper place now. So everything has been created. Now we just got to clean up and fix it and make it look presentable unto the Lord. That's what it's all talking about. All right. So let's stop there. Let's go to Exodus chapter 40, verse 3 all the way to verse 9. All right, and this is going to be in the Hebrew. Okay. Let's see. All right. Exodus chapter 40, verse 3. Washamath, Shum, Af, Arawan, Hadawath, Wasakaf, Al, Ha'aran, Af, Harakaf. Verse 4. Wa Haba'ath, Af, Hashalakan, Wa Arakaf, Af, Irakwa, Wa Haba'ath, Af, Hamanara, Wa Ha'alya, Slakin, Slakin, Wa Ha'alyath, Narathia. Verse 5. What Nathatha, Mazabat, Haza'ah, La Patarath, La Panya, Arawan, Ha'adath, Washamath, Masak, Ha'pathak, La Mashakan. Verse 6. Wenathatha, Mazabat, Ha'ila, Lapanya, Pathak, Mashakan, Ahor, Mawa'ai. Verse 7. Wanatha, Hakayar, Bayan, Ahor, Mawa'ai, Wabayan, Hamazabat, Wanathath, Sham Mayam. Verse 8. Washamath, Hakatazor, Sabayah, Wanathath, Masak, Sha'ar, Hakatazor. Verse 9. Walak Wakath, Shaman, Hamashakah, Mashakah, Hamashakan, Wa'af, Ka'ol, Ashar, Quadashaf, Athwa, Wa'af, Yawa, Wahaya, Quadash. And that's it on that part. All right. Let's get into in English. Once again, let's translate what we read from the Hebrew to the English. Exodus chapter 40, verses 3 through 9.
Exodus,
Yep, you got it.
verse 40, chapter 3. And thou shalt put therein the ark of the testimony, and cover the ark with the veil. And thou shalt bring in the tabernacle and set in order the things that are to be set in order upon it. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick and light the lamps thereof. And thou shalt set the altar of gold for the incense before the ark of the testimony, and put the hanging of the door to the tabernacle. Verse 6. And thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. Verse 7. And thou shalt set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and shalt put water therein.
So like you know what a lever is, right? A lever,
a lever, like something that open and close.
Yeah, or like a scale.
Yeah, okay,
you know what I mean. So yeah, that holds water.
Okay,
Yeah.
Like a levee. The levee broke.
Exactly.
Like
Yep.
that.
There you go. You got it. Yep.
It's like, okay. Verse 9. And thou shalt take the anointing oil and anoint the tabernacle and all that is therein, and shalt hallow it and all the vessels thereof, and it shall be holy.
Right. Now, also to anoint or bless a place is actually a real thing. A lot of times, what we see because of TV, like me, I love horror films, right? And in a lot of horror films, you know, like The Conjuring, you know, The Exorcist, what's called not The Exorcist, The Conjuring, the Exorcist, you know, movies like that. You know, they always using like holy water and and you know, things like or like certain tongues. You know, they're speaking in tongues, so they say, which is really a whole lot of, you know, bullshit, right? You know, they use all those things to try to bless someone or bless a place, but really it's just it has nothing to do with the Lord, because water doesn't have power. Like, you know, holy water and all that doesn't have power unless you know, the Most High gives it power. If that makes sense, right? So, like, for example, we have anointing oil right here on the table. You know what I mean? You anoint the heads of brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? And also too, you know, we have certain prayers that we say in order to bless something or someone. All right. So that was it on that, right? Verse 9.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
No sweat. Anytime, just go ahead and raise your hand and let me know. Let me see it. All right, no sign of Christ. All right, so let's get Exodus chapter 40, verses 10 through 16. All right. In the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 40, verse 10. Wa mashakah mazabak ha'ailah wa call you up. Wa kwadashah ha-mazabak wa hayah ha-mazabak kwadashim. Verse 11. Wa mashakah ha-kayor wa kanwa wa kwadashah aqua. Verse 12. Wa ha-kwarabat Aharon wa Banyoa all Patha Ahor Mawai wa Rakataza Atham Mayum. Now also too, it's funny that I just said water. Mayum means water in Hebrew.
Mayum.
Yeah, Mayum. So the ma, the ya, and the ma. But yep, so the ma is by itself, the ya and the ma are connected together. So the A drops off.
So question. So when things are like the L or anything at the end, you don't say the la if it's at the end.
That's right. Yeah. So something drops off. Yeah. Something drops off. Now. Okay. So that's why I got to get back to the Hebrew class, because sometimes based on how a word is set up, as far as how the characters are, like for example, let's say there's four characters, right? Sometimes in the middle things can connect versus the end. So instead of things connecting at the end, things can connect in the middle. Sometimes things can connect in the beginning as well. So I would have to show you to better explain to you how that works. Okay? But honestly, it becomes second nature. The more that you study the Hebrew, you start to realize what sounds like Hebrew and what doesn't sound like Hebrew. It starts to click in your mind. I don't know how it works, it just does. Eventually as you study it. All right, because there are times where, like, for example, right, like I would read the Hebrew, I would say it out loud, but I'm tasting the words, it don't sound right. You know what I mean? It don't sound right to where, like, okay, I'm like for example, I would say, like, you know, shalom is a word. It just means you're saying piecing.
Oh.
But it doesn't make sense to say piecing. Right. Why are you saying piecing to another brother or sister? Yeah. Shalom just means peace. It's simple. It's like saying, hey. Because if I say like shalom is like saying hi, like hi. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right?
Helloing.
Right. It sounds stupid. So you say shalom. It's formal. It's you know what I mean. Shalom is like, you know, peace, or, you know, hey, hello, how are you? You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So the wa with the ing and then shalom wa.
Yeah. So what is and, by the way. So like for example, shamar means watch. Shawamar means and watching. You see how the word changes? And now it becomes an action now. All right, so it changes. Like, you know how there's adjective verbs and shit like that. So the whole spirit of the word changes now. You know what I mean? So instead of saying shamar, which means watch, you say shawamar, it means and watching. All right, you know what I mean? So and watching. Go ahead.
I thought Shamar was security.
No. So that's the thing, though. All right. Okay, we talked about this last week. So shamar is security, which means watch.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's the security. Okay. Does shamar mean security in Hebrew? No. Shamar simply means watch in Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
But do you get it though?
Watching something is
Exactly. Security. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because in the Bible, you know, we were called what? Watchmen.
Right.
And then when you look at the feast day, the feast of memorial, the memorial blowing of the trumpets. What's the purpose of somebody blowing a trumpet? What's the purpose of a tornado warning or a hurricane warning? It's to warn the people, and that was the job of the watchmen. They were security. Like for example, like in the Bible, right, and military.
Right.
Like one of my favorite shows, The Game of Thrones. And these big ass castles and gates and shit like that, you have people at the gates. They are what? Watchmen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they are watching out for what? Danger. See, so yeah, so watch. Shamar is watch.
Right.
Now the word security in Hebrew, I'd rather after class because I used to know it by heart. But yeah. So yeah, but otherwise, just keep it short and simple. Shamar means watch.
Right.
But yeah, but we still are classified as security.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So like, otherwise, any other questions? Okay, calm. All right, no sweat. Calm, no sweat. No, y'all got some good questions though. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know where the hell I left off at.
It's 10 or 11.
Hold on, so like, oh wait, I didn't read all the way through the Hebrew, right?
Yeah,
No. I was in verse 12. My bad.
12.
I got it. All right, so like, verse 13. Wahab labashaf Aharon, Bagadia, Hakodash, Wa Mashakah, Athwa, Wa Kwadashah, Athwa, Wa Kahan, Laya, verse 14, Wa Ath, Banyula, Ba Kwarayah, Wahat Labashaf, Atham, Kathanath, verse 15. Wa Mashakath, Atham, Kashar, Mashakath, Ath, Abayaham, Wa Kahanwa, Laya, Wa Hayatha, La Hayath, Laham, Mashakatham, La Kahan, Iwalam, La Ratham. Verse 16, last verse. Waya Aish, Mashah, Kakal, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Aqua, Asha. And that's it. Slap it up. We don't understand Hebrew, boy. I understand what. All right, if we could, I believe we left off verse 10.
10.
Yeah.
16. Exodus, the book of Exodus, chapter 40, verse 10. And thou shalt anoint the altar of the burnt offering and all of his vessels, and sacrifice the altar. And it shall be an altar to the Most High. Oh, so like altar, most holy.
That's right.
Verse 11. And thou shalt anoint the laver and his foot, and sanctify it. Verse 12. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and wash them with water.
Right. Now also too, if you don't know, as an Israelite tradition, you know, to welcome somebody, right? You would wash their feet and give them give them pretty much like so to speak, a gift. A gift can be like, once again, like a garment. I'm trying to think of something else because it mentioned a garment. Go ahead.
Like, I think I heard a story. I think a long time I was watching The Passion of Christ or something. They watched Christ's feet. right?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's also in the Bible as well.
House,
yes, yeah, that's correct. Yes, yeah. A woman actually washed Christ's feet. You know what I mean? Now Christ also washed the disciples' feet as well. You know, feet. This sounds weird saying that, but
yeah.
but yeah, but no, it was an Israelite thing, because it was a way to welcome somebody and show your appreciation to them. You know what I mean? Now today, of course, the spirit of today, we will still keep the spirit of feasting. All right. So if you want to welcome somebody, you grab them some strong drink if they drink. You give them some good food, take them out to eat or something like that. You welcome them to your home, things of that sort. What?
Like, is it similar today compared to back then? Is it similar today? We said somebody take your shoes off and you walk in the house?
Not exactly. That's more just somebody's preference. Now, however, is it tied to certain people's culture? Yes. Meaning that some people just have a preference or a respect thing to where they want shoes off. Now there's other cultures too that they want you to keep your shoes on.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? So it's both. You know what I mean? Now also too, I believe I forget whether it's Moab or Ammon, either the Japanese or the Chinese, where it's one of them in their culture where they want you to take your shoes off because they don't want to see the bottom of your feet, of your shoe. If that makes sense, because I guess it represents the dirt that you left behind or some shit like that. I don't know. Me personally, you know what I mean? I have a preference of, when you come into my space, you know what I mean? You can keep your shoes on if you want to. But if it's winter time, you gotta leave it at the door. Because I got hardwood floor. You know what I mean? I don't want to clean them bitches every single day. You know what I mean? I sweep every day, but mopping every damn day, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But if I don't have to, but definitely sweep every day for sure. But yeah, so it's a preference thing. But that was a way to, just to kind of show your appreciation. Of course, in the scriptures, all the feasting and the drinking, that's definitely something that Israel do today. I mean, if you look at Issachar, if they want to celebrate a 12, 24 pack of Coronas, you know what I mean? And they got all the food. That's going to last you a whole damn week, damn near a month. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie to you. When I was living over south, next door was, Issachar. You had nothing but Mexicans that lived next door. And they had about 2-3 trucks. And you knew that these brothers worked sun up to sundown, because a lot of times you wouldn't see them until the next day. And how they celebrate was drinking and feasting. And it was some days where I would not eat at home. I would go next door and eat their tacos and get some of their pop, their soda pop. Because at that time I wasn't allowed to drink. I wasn't of age. But look, I would eat some of their tacos, some of their burritos, the Mexican candy, the Mexican soda, all of that shit, man. You know what I mean? Because like their brothers know how to feast, and so do Judah, man. We turn everything to a goddamn celebration, do we not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's keep going.
Book of Exodus, chapter 40, verse 13. And thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy garments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me the priest's office.
That's right. Keep going.
14. And thou shalt bring his sons and clothe them with coats.
Right. Once again, mind you, these are garments and coats that are made from scratch. Because if I don't know which chapter it is, but everything that we are reading now, so ever since y'all been here, or at least been watching class for the last, I'll say month. How about that? Right, the last month. What you're saying is everything that is speaking about right now is showing you everything in full circle moment. Because before it mentioned Aaron, it mentioned his sons and the garments that they were going to receive, because Aaron was given an order to go meet Moses, and then as he's meeting Moses, this is the whole construction that's happening of the temple at the same time. So we're seeing everything coming full circle. All right, keep going.
15. And thou shalt anoint them, and thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. For their anointing shall surely be an everlasting priesthood throughout their generations. 16. Thus did Moses, according to all that the Lord commanded him, so he did. So did he.
Right. So now, once again, now Moses, in the spirit of brotherhood, he anointed Aaron and his sons, all right, which was something that we always do. Also, too, anytime that we have a class, if you guys want to be anointed, that's the wife as well. You or your children, your wives, so on and so forth, all right? So that's the thing that we do at the end of Sabbath service or at the end of every class, okay? Let me see here. Oh, okay, so that was it on that part.
16.
All right, yeah, we on 17.
In the Hebrew.
All right. Let me see. All right, let's keep this going. We got like a few more, then we out of here. So this is Exodus chapter 40, verse 17. Wayahaya Bakadash Harashim, Harashwan Bashana Hashanyath Ba'akad Lakadash Hawakwam Hamashakan, verse 18. Wayakwam Mashah Af Hamashakan Wayathan Af Adanya, so like Adanyawa, Wayasham, Parashyawa, Wayathan, Baryakyawa, Wayakwam, Amawatyawa, verse 19. Wayaparash, Ha'aho, Hamashakan, Wayasham, Makasa, Ha'aho, Aldawa, Malamala, so like Mala, Kashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Mashah, verse 20. Wayakwak, Wayathan, Ha'adath, Ha'aran, Wayasham, Ha'batya, Ha'aran, Wayathan, Ha'kaparath, Ha'aran, Mala, verse 21. Wayaba'ah, Ha'aran, Hamashakan, Wayasham, Harakat, Hamasak, Wayasak, Arawan, Adawath, Ka'ashar, Tazawah, Yahweh, Mashah, verse 22. Wayathan, Hashalakan, Ba'aho, Mawa'ai, Yarak, Hamashakan, Tazapana, Makawataza, La Parakath, verse 23, last verse. Waya Iraq, Alyawam, Alyawa, Iraq, Lakam, Lapanya, Yahweh, Ka'ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Mashah, and that's it on that. Stop that. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Ra'ash Karai, what's going on? Can't wait to see you in about a week or two, man. Looking forward to it. All right. If y'all could, who's next? Is it Yakudash? All right, you got it. Exodus chapter 40, verse 17.
Come. Exodus, verse 40, chapter 17.
No. So you said it backwards. Exodus chapter 40, verse 17.
Exodus chapter 40, verse 17.
Yeah, you got it. No sweat.
Oh, yeah, yes,
No, I'm sure. And it, verse 17. And it came to pass in the first month in the second year, on the first day of the month, that the tabernacle was reared up. And Moses reared up the tabernacle and fastened its sockets and set up the boards thereof and put in the bars thereof and reared up its pillars. Verse 19. And he spread abroad the tent over the tabernacle and put the covering of the tent above upon it, as the Lord commanded Moses. 20.
Yeah.
And he took and put the testimony into the ark and set the staves on the ark and put the mercy seat above upon the ark. Verse 21. And he brought the ark into the tabernacle and set up the veil of the covering and covered the ark of the testimony. And the Lord commanded Moses.
Keep going.
2. And he put the table in the tent of the congregation upon the side of the tabernacle, northward, without the veil. 3. And he set the bread in the order upon it before the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses.
Now, once again, so now it's just giving you the rundown of now how the Ark of the Covenant, where it's going to be placed inside of the temple. That's really all it's speaking about in a nutshell. It's just telling you. So once again, if you go to the beginning chapters of like a month ago, you are going to see how everything was created for the Ark of the Covenant, right? How it literally speaks about piece by piece and how they pretty much put it all together. And now it's running down each piece, and now where it's going to be placed inside of the temple or inside of the tabernacle. That's really all it's breaking down to. So now let's move forward. Let's go to Exodus chapter 40, verse 24. All right. Once again, if anybody got a question, you can always let me know. Go ahead.
So back here, 17, where it says, and it came to pass in the first month in the second year, when we're talking about months, they're not talking about January being the first month. It says it's in spring, right?
Right. Yes. So like for example, so in Hebrew, right, the word month is kadash. Kadash. So we got the ka. So the ka, right?
K.
So, no, not the K. Ka. So CHAA.
CHAA.
Like for example, yeah, like Captain Kataza. You know what I mean? So you got this Kadash. Kadash. Yep. So CHAA and then the da and then the sha, all connected. So Kadash.
Yeah, I was asking that because basically I was saying like how do we get the feast and do the holidays based on their calendar, or is it we got our own like understanding?
We have our own calendar. We always had our own calendar, right? Okay. So our calendar is based off of the moon and the sun.
Okay.
All right. So that's how we get our feast days. Also too, that's how we told time, to what the day was in the month or pretty much of the season. So back then we didn't have no damn watches. But if you really know history, you realize what throughout history how time looked, all right? Meaning how time how people told time. Okay. There were different ways how people told time. So like for example, my favorite invention that told time, besides right now in modern times, was I believe it came from the Romans, the sundial. You know the sundials, right? You know what I mean? So I believe the sundial is like how the sun it reflects like on its wood, you know, on its wood or whatever, like a regular clock. Yeah. It's just wood, but based on the reflection of the sun on that sundial to let you know what time it was. Okay. I thought that shit was cool as hell. Yeah. Now the prophets and the priests knew that as well. It's somewhere in the Bible. It's a scripture in the Bible that's going to show and tell you how the prophets knew what time it was in a day. You know what I mean? What season it was. So yeah, it was many ways. Like to this very day. People who like to go like hiking, who like to do like survival, you know, shit, right? They know how to tell what time it is without looking at a phone. You know what I mean? I think also too, there's a special type of compass, like a survival compass. You may learn this in Hebrew Academy too. I think you might got one in the closet, but it's a certain type of compass that you can get to where it doesn't tell you the direct time, but it'll give you an idea of what time it is as well. So, you know, yeah, so it's very dope with the technology. But yeah, there was no such thing as January through December. You know what I mean? That's going to come about later in life. Now the guys that are associated with each month, they were around for sure throughout our captivities, depending on which captivity we were in. Because each captivity had their own different guys. But when you really think about it and do your research, they were all similar. Go ahead.
So like when we say guys, you mean like just great people?
Or deities.
Deities, yeah.
Yeah.
Great people at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're stars. Okay. You know what I mean? They're stars, they're gods, they're idols. And mind you, you know, none of them are real. They're all fake. Like, for example, January is the god of Janus. You know, and Janus has two faces. But the reason why New Year's is a celebration, because New Year, okay, if you have a new year, then what's before a new year? You have an old year. So the two faces represents the beginning and the end. The new year shows the beginning. That's why they say this is the start of the new year, just that this is a new beginning. But however, there's nothing new in the dead of winter, because January is in the winter time.
So
Go ahead.
So that's our middle. That's not the beginning of our year. That's really the middle of our year.
I would pretty much say towards the end of our year, really, because whenever Passover is, if you always pay attention, right, when it comes to Passover, Passover is usually always in what 2 months? April or what?
March.
April,
Yeah.
Right, March or April. Passover always falls between those two, because I mean, technically, America's spring starts March 21st of every year.
Right.
You feel me?
That's what I was thinking.
You know what I mean? So spring always starts in March, everywhere, usually. You know what I mean? So because that's when things start to, you know, everything starts to melt and things starts to grow and bloom. Now for Minnesota, it's a little different, because our winters can last up until sometimes May. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I've seen snow in May.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the craziest shit ever. It's like, damn, like you know, it's supposed to be, you know, shining and flowers everywhere, but you know how it is in Minnesota. It's a very bipolar weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least that's what I like to call it. What verse are we on? So like, I lost my damn place again.
21. Exodus 40:21.
Okay. What y'all still reading or what?
Yeah, you still reading that far?
No. I was done. You know, I read the Hebrew already.
Oh yes. We went to the. We starting at 22 then.
No. It's 24 actually.
24.
Yeah, it's 24. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. I'm glad I got it highlighted in here too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. No sweat. Here we go. Exodus chapter 40, verse 24. Vayasham Ath Hamanara Bahor Mawai Nakat Hashalakan Al Yarak Hamashakan Nagba. Verse 25. Waya'al Hananara Lapanya Yahweh Kashar Tazawa Yahweh Af Mashah. Verse 26. Wayasham Af Mazabak Haza'ah Bahol Mawa'ai Lapanya Ha Parakat. So like Ha Parakat. Verse 27. Waya Patar Alyua Quatarath Samyam Kashar Tazawa Yahweh Af Mashah. Verse 28. Wayasham Af Masak Hapathat La Mashakan. Verse 29. Wa'af Mazabak Ha'ala Sham Pathat Mashakan Ahor Mawa'ai Waya'al Alyua Af Ha'ila Wa'atha Wa'af Ha Manakah Kashar Tazawa Yahweh Af Mashah. Verse 30. Last verse. Wayasham Af Hakayar Bayan Ahor Mawa'ai Wabayan Hamazabak Wayathan Shema Mayam La Rakataza. And that's it on that part. All right. Who's next for the reading? Verse 24.
Gotcha.
And after this, so we got 7 more precepts, and then we out of here. 40 and 24.
Book of Exodus, chapter 40, verse 24. And he put the candlestick in the tent of the congregation, over against the table, on the side of the tabernacle southward. Verse 25. And he lighted the lamps before the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tent of the congregation before the veil. Verse 27. And he burnt sweet incense thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 28. And he set up the hanging at the door of the tabernacle. Verse 29. And he put the altar of burnt offering by the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation, and offered upon it the burnt offering and the meat offering, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 30. And he set the lever between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and put water there to wash withal.
Right, so start right there. That's it on that part. Now, also too, I do want to say this part, right? Because a lot of people don't know this. You know how we say, you know how we always talk about in the UK, we speak about idols. We speak about altars and statues being made for gods, right? One thing that a lot of people forget is that we can have statues and altars. It just has to be for the Lord, not for anybody else. A lot of people forget about that because, you know, a lot of people talk about the graven image type of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not supposed to worship a graven image. However, we have things within Israel that are a representation of our God. I mean, honestly, there's always something that is a representation of something else or someone, exactly. Because all this is just Hebrew, all right? So, I ain't got a pen on me, but I can literally show you that Da is literally 3 letters, the 3 characters combined together that makes a shape.
Okay.
All this is just a shape. This is all Hebrew right here. All right, this is not a 5-6 point star, none of that, you know, garbage. All right, and also too, stars, you know, are a ball of gas. Stars don't have points. Stars you're talking about is something that you see in the children's book, something on TV. You know what I mean? Those stars are different. Go ahead.
That question.
Yeah, you got it.
What kind of incense were they using?
Frankincense and myrrh.
Frankincense and myrrh.
Which is the Lord's favorite scent.
Okay.
Also, too, just like the Most High has a favorite people, he has a favorite everything.
Okay.
Let me see. Like for example, as far as what the Bible mentioned, the Most High's favorite stone is onyx.
Okay.
The Most High's favorite people, of course, is Israel, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. Right? We are chosen. The Most High's favorite flower is a lily, and what's so spiritual about a lily is when you look at the shape of the lily, it's in the shape of a shield, which is the craziest shit that blew my mind when I first came in. Go ahead.
So did they ever burn weed, marijuana?
No.
They never did.
No,
Okay,
no.
Because I was wondering if, if there was a similarity.
Was it used? Like no, okay.
As an instant, was it used as an instant? That's what I mean.
As far as what the scripture says, it doesn't say. I mean, but would I imagine it? Possibly so. But as far as smoking, no. But as far as like food or something like that, maybe, yeah.
No, I'm just saying because I haven't been smoking, and then we were just riding down Franklin Avenue, and I smelled somebody outside smoking. I could, like, my sense was real strong now. Like
I bet. Trust it. I know. I bet. No, usually when people stop, you know, like smoking, you know, that smell does linger around. Yeah. No, are you serious? Throughout Minneapolis and St. Paul, that's all I smell. Right. And you know, me personally, I hate the smell of smoke, especially weed and cigarettes is probably the most disgusting smell ever to me. You know what I mean? And also too, I don't know if you ever smell, but if you know anybody that's, I believe it's dope. I remember having certain family members who are drug addicts, and I think it's dope that comes out of your pores. The most that shit almost made me vomit. You know what I mean? It's a terrible smell. But boy, you had a question?
Oh yeah. I was with this native sister that she came to save, right? She was burning it.
I had a feeling you was going to mention Sage, but I was going to mention it myself. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you know, I know not to be like, I know don't ward off spirits and all that shit.
Yeah, it does. It's just a spice. That's all.
But is it cool that I can burn this shit? Because I kind of like the smell that she was burning all that. That's just kind of good. Is it cool that I burn it? They don't, like, I can't get in trouble for, like, they don't sit me burning sage in my crib like that. No. I ain't trying to ward off spirits or nothing, but I thought the smell of it was like, that was smelling like
If you okay, so yeah, like thing, okay, it can only become wicked or sin based on the intentions behind it, right? So and understand, the Most High is not stupid. The Most High sees and understands everything, right? if you're burning it just for like a smell good type of thing, that's cool. But if you wrapping it up, you know, with the rope and, you know, trying to wand motherfuckers and shit like that, then nah.
Until she was doing it, man, what are you doing?
Nah, like I'm good on that. I'm good. Go ahead.
That's why I asked that about the marijuana too, because somebody came to me and it was like, well, they burned frankincense and myrrh. And they said they were trying to say Moses and them was getting high and all of this.
Well, if somebody says that, you got to tell them, prove it.
Right. I couldn't prove it. That's why I was asking you. That's why.
Yeah. No. I would say this. Look, a lot of times this works. Even if you don't know if it's in the Bible or not, tell them, prove it. And a lot of times they can't. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I a thousand times as a trooper, I didn't have two battles where not necessarily battles, but I taught in a way where I wasn't teaching the scriptures. I put logic into the conversation. I put practicality into the conversation. And my favorite line to everybody was, "Show me the Bible."
Okay.
I mean, the Bible's right here. Just show me. You say God. You say what? You say God loves everybody. What? Where's that at? Right. I don't see it right here. But me knowing the scriptures, like, nah, nigga, that's not real.
Like,
go ahead.
That's why Kodash told me the other day when I was talking to the sister on Facebook. Oh, okay, yeah. Look,
there you go.
He was like, don't teach her, just ask questions.
Yeah,
so that's lawful. Yeah, ask questions as a trooper.
Yeah,
instead of trying to teach right now.
Yeah, because you know your job, you know, as a trooper or as a student, you know, what I mean, vice versa. It's essentially, you know, just soaking of the knowledge.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not at that place where you can teach. Okay. You know what I mean? Your job is really just to soak in, you know, all the knowledge, because the Bible does say, you know what I mean? I should grab it for you. Let me grab it for you. Hold on. I want to say this is in the book of Hebrews. This is just for you, all right? Or you know, for anybody that's watching as well. Hebrews 5:12 says, and this is Paul, by the way, "For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not a strong meat." So your job is to take the milk. You know what I mean? So take the fundamentals, the foundation of the scriptures. And once you receive that, and once you become an officer, then it's time for you to teach. Okay. Because in order to be a teacher, you have to be an officer. In order to, I mean, and also too, to be an officer means you have to have an office. You have to have a responsibility, a business, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because as a trooper, you don't have no responsibility, except for, you know, just doing the bare minimum. You are learning, you are soaking in all the knowledge. You are a student. Right. And understand, once you do become an officer and above, Lord allow, I pray everybody does, you're always going to have that, always keep that student mindset. You're always going to learn and be taught. You know what I mean? So like to this very day, General Hyman, he says he's being taught all the time. And he says he even being taught by brothers that are under him. Like brothers teaching him the Spanish, for example. 2 years ago, General Hyman cannot speak Spanish well.
Nice.
2 years later today,
nice.
Nobody's fucking with him right now. He like his mind is so sharp, and I be confused. I'm like I took Spanish in high school, but I only took it for like a semester, a year, and that was it. I didn't take it serious as I should. Go ahead.
So like I almost thought he was a black Afro Puerto Rican or something, Afro Latino. The way he was doing it.
Hey, look, he full-blooded Judah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe out of all the generals, I think you got two Benjamites. You got Commander General Yohana, he's Benjamin. General Hazayan is Benjamin, and the rest of the generals are Judites. You know what I mean? So yeah, I believe so. Yeah. A lot of people do not know that Commander General Yohana is not Judah.
Right.
All right. You know, also too, it's a lot of brothers that you think are Judites and they are Gadites. You know what I mean? It's a lot of brothers that you think that are Issachar but are Judites, or they are Levites. It's crazy. It's crazy as hell. It lets you know that we are family. We are one. Now, I mean, it's this one brother that everybody swears up and down out there in Arizona. His name is Rock, and everybody thinks the brother is native. He's got the brother is a full-blooded Judite, mother and father. Crazy shit ever. But everything about him says you are God, and he like look. Well, maybe I'm transracial. I'm like, boy, you crazy as hell. I'm like, bro, I said that shit out loud. Talking about trans nothing. Hold on now.
Right.
Don't say that now. But no, I get the point though. All right, so like, where are you now?
24 in the Hebrew or
No, in English.
English.
Yeah. Oh, but no. So like, if I could, about the sage shit, right? The sage and the weed thing. So, okay, you shouldn't be burning, weed necessarily. Honestly, I'll get counsel based on what you're using it for. But otherwise, if you are going to take marijuana, like for example, right? Marijuana is not a sin. Hear me good, right? Marijuana is not a sin unless you're using it for a sinful purpose. What do I mean? When you burn marijuana, it's not used for medicinal purposes at all. Even science will tell you, or doctor, when you burn marijuana, it loses its medicinal values. So that's why people continue to get high, because they're trying to chase the value of that's within the marijuana. And the thing is too, like everybody should know this. It's common knowledge. Smoke does not belong in your body at all. So like, I had to tell somebody one day, I was talking to somebody on the street, I'm like, why would you want cigarette smoke inside of your lungs or weed smoke inside of your lungs? You know what I mean? Like that it could kill you. Oh no, it heals you, this, that, and the third. I'm like, so if you are in a burning house and you inhale that smoke, don't you know that would kill you? What that's different? What's different? It damages the lungs the same way. I mean, can you break that down for me?
Right.
And of course, he couldn't. He just kept going on and on about, just being a drug addict. No sweat. I ain't finna run up on you and smack the blunt out your mouth and the cigarettes and the dope. I ain't finna chase you down. If you wanna be a drug addict, that's fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I try to help you. I try to tell you. And that's that. But otherwise, as far as sage though, sage is spice, man. I use that shit on my chicken every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Do we eat sage?
Yeah, sage is a spice.
Rosemary. It's like rosemary seasoning.
Yeah, it's a spice. Yeah. It's a herb.
So you can eat it.
It's a herb.
Marijuana too.
Yes.
That's what he's saying. Marijuana is for it too.
Yeah. No, that's what. Yeah, if you could take care of that. Yeah. You might helping him with the phone.
You got it. Turn it
You got
off.
it? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no, sage is a herb.
I didn't know. I don't know. She was just bumping this shit out like.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to knock on the wall.
So you know all drugs are herbs, right?
Oh yeah, that concept. Yeah.
Like for example, right? Like once again, like a cocoa leaf, which is made for cocaine, right? Sorry, not made for, but a cocoa leaf, right?
Yeah.
That's a herb.
Yeah.
All drugs, a lot of things come from the earth. Go ahead.
Like when they burn it, they mix chemicals with it and it changes into the form
Right.
they use it in the street for.
Yeah.
They step on it, they dry it out, turn powder.
All of that shit. The poppy seed, like me, I love poppy seed, right? I like lemon poppy seed muffins. You know what I mean? And they say once you eat enough, it can come back in your like in your blood work to show that you might not pass a drug test. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but poppy seeds, it's just, it's part of the earth, but I ain't using it to get high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm using it in food. You know what I mean? And also too, but also too, like if you eat a damn poppy seed muffin, it's not gonna get you high.
Right.
It's just food. But sage is used for like soups. Sage is like known for like rosemary and shit like that for like big ass soups and shit. I used it before. It's good, and it really has a very earthy taste to it as well, like rosemary. Like I think rosemary and sage are in the same family. You know what I mean? So yeah, like weed and shit like that. I mean, you have to get it medically prescribed. You know what I mean? Now, only use it when you're sick. When you're not sick, there's no point in using it. All right? That's the purpose of all medicine. If you got a headache, take Tylenol, ibuprofen. When you don't have that headache, stop taking it. Otherwise, you are abusing it. And that's that. Go ahead, Salah.
So we was at 24?
Yeah, 24.
Okay, Exodus chapter 40, verse 24. And he put the candlesticks in the tent of the congregation over against the table. So like, I read this already.
Oh, you got
From the tabernacle southward. Yeah, I read that. So I think we was
Way out the bar.
Are you at what?
Between the tent and the congregation.
Oh, no, you know what? So like, my bad. You did read everything, my bad.
Hebrew, yeah, we was in Hebrew now.
So like, no, we got into so many side conversations, my bad. Give me 1 second. Now we're finna read the last 7. Give me 1 second. All right. So what is that? 31? Yep, 31. All the way down. All right. All right, let me go ahead and finish this off. Exodus chapter 40, verse 31 in the Hebrew. Wa Katazawa, Mamanawa, Mashah, Wa Haran, Wa Banyawa, Ya Yaham, Wa Regal Yaham. Verse 32. Baba'am, Al, Ahol, Mawa'ai, Wa Bakarabtham, Al, Hamazabak. Yarakatazawa, Kashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Mashah. Verse 33. Wayakwam, Hakatazar, Sabayah, Lamashakan, Walamazabak, Wayathan, Masak, Sha'ar, Hakatazar, Wayakol, Mashah, Ha Malakah, verse 34, Wayakaz, Ha Ainan, Ahom, Mawa'ai, Wakabawai, Yahweh, Mala'ah, Hamashakan, verse 35, Wala'ah, Yakol, Mashah. And by the way, Mashah in Hebrew is Moses. If you ever hear that name, like for example, out there in Detroit, we got a brother by the name of Officer 1000 Mashah, a great brother, man. Laba wa'ah, ahom, mawa'ai, kaya, shakan, auyua, ha'anai, wa kabawai, Yahweh, mala'ah, hamashakan, verse 36. Waba'auya, Ha'anan, Ma'al, Hamashakan. Yesaiwa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wakol, Messiah Hum, verse 36. Verse 36. Wabahawa, Ha'ainan, Ma'al, Hamashakan, Yesaiwa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Bakal, Masayaham, verse 37. Wa'am, La'ah, Ya'ila, Ha'ainan, Wala'ah, Yesaiwa, I, Yawam, Ha'ilakwa, verse 38, last verse, Kaya, Ainan, Yahweh, Al, Hamashakan, Yawamam, Wa'ash, the Haya, Laya, Salaki, Laya, La, Bawa, Layanya, Call, Bayath, Yasha'ala, Bakal, Messiah Yahum, and that's it on that. After that. Here's just those last that was a little tough tonight. I see they introduced some new words towards the end. Also, too, this is the end of the entire book of Exodus, by the way.
Okay.
So next week, Lord allow, so like, what is next week? Because I know Fire Weekend is coming up. Oh, yeah. So next week, we are going to get into Leviticus, the book of Leviticus, which is one of my favorite books. And then I think 2 weeks after that, or 2 weeks would be the Fire Weekend. But let's go ahead and finish off with that. That was Exodus chapter 40, verses 32 or 31. Let me see. 31, all the way down to 38.
Okay. Exodus chapter 40, verse 31. And Moses and Aaron and his sons washed their hands and their feet thereat. Verse 32. When they went into the tent of the congregation, and when they came near unto the altar, they washed as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 33. And he reared up the court round about the tabernacle and the altar, and set up the hanging of the court gate. So Moses finished the work. Verse 34. Then a cloud covered the tent of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Verse 35. And Moses was not able to enter into the tent of the congregation, because the cloud abode thereon, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Verse 36. And when the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle, the children of Israel went onward in all their journeys. So, keep going.
Yeah.
Verse 37. But if the cloud were not taken up, then they journeyed not till the day that it was taken up. Verse 38. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the tabernacle by day, and fire was on it by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys.
Hold on, give me 1 second real quick.
The third book of Moses called Leviticus. Leviticus dietary law.
Okay. So now it's talking about how pretty much a storm had happened. After they got done doing everything, a storm had happened. Let me see. And they journeyed not to the day. And until the day, fire was on it by night. So when it says the fire was on it by night, it's talking about lightning.
Okay.
By the way. So yeah, because that's not the first time I've seen that. So yeah, long story short, that's it on that. You read everything, right? All the way to 38. All right, so long story short, with that, speaking about Exodus, the 40th chapter, once again, so it gave us a full circle moment, speaking about how everything came together with the construction and building of the temple of the congregation, which was the tabernacle, the holy place of the Most High. Understand that in the book of Exodus, we were once in Egypt. When we were in Egypt, the Most High delivered us out of that place into the wilderness. And out of the wilderness, we created or built a sanctuary for ourselves, a holy place in the name of the Most High. All right. Now, once again, the Most High does not dwell in your churches. However, he does do well with the prophets and priests and the ISUPK. Now, once again, it's so easy for me to say that because I'm in here, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I see who the Lord is with and not with. According to when everything's happening around this earth, the ISUPK always seems to be the one to be standing on 10 toes. Everybody else is looking very shaky, doing a damn shaky leg at this point. You know what I mean? So with that being said, catch us next week. We're going to close it out with prayers. Imagine, which means to stand. All right, so imagine, which means to stand. Panya Hakodam means to face the east. All right. So once again, wherever you are, you want to make sure that you face the east when you are praying to the Lord. All right, because the east is where Jerusalem is at. So the east can look different based on your direction. If you need a compass on your phone, go ahead and look at one. All right. All right. So this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shakah, Yahweh, Malak Waka, Taba'ah, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Ma'aratazak, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanaw, Lakam, Paul, Yuwam, Basalat, Lanawah, Kawawah, Nawah, Kasalat, Nawah, Kawawah, Yanawah, Wala'ah, Taba'ah, Wanasayawan, Bo, Awashinawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wakaparah, La Awalamia, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. The power of the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baba Kashah, the Thundernaut, the Kak, Larpa'ah, Call Makalak, will call Malawah, the Kak, that's a hard, Ha Matazarian, the Kak, Lahakim, Hamakim, the Kak, Al-Rakawah, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the Wada Aman, in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanau. Vayasha'ala. Wahabayah. Saparian. Barak. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Wada Aman. In the English, what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Israel. In the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew.
Asha'a,
Asha'a,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahariam,
Ahariam,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'a,
Mayan,
Izaria,
Azariah,
Izaria,
Azariah,
Ma'ayin,
Ba'ayin,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Asha,
Asha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Warakazah,
Baruza,
Ayathan,
Ayatan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Ragalka,
Ragalka,
Al Yanawam,
Ayawan,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Kana,
no, Hana.
Kana,
No, it's like, listen,
Kana,
it's an H.
Hana,
Hana. There we go. La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Elawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashun,
Yayashun,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Asha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazarka,
Zarka,
Ayat,
Ayat,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashemach,
Hashemach,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayara,
Wayara,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamar,
Mukara,
Karawa,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Aflapashka,
Aspash,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'aka,
Tazak,
Wawawaska,
Baruch,
Mayatha,
Mayatha,
I will learn
Alon,
in English. I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up my eyes
until the hills.
to the hills,
From whence cometh my help?
from whence cometh my help.
My help coming from the Lord,
My help comes from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He
He will not keep thy slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yashar'Allah
he that keepeth Yashiala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not to the Lord sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade on thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thy day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall go thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth
This time forth,
and keep forevermore.
be forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Damiyazakah.
Dalwalaka,
Al.
Al,
Bakarash.
Batrash,
Wa'al.
Baal,
Bashikwat.
Basquat,
Al.
Al,
Kayahana.
Kayana,
Awadika.
Ayamika,
Yahamiyawan.
Yahamuwan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Amaka.
Ayamika,
Yara Yumwa.
Yarayim,
Sawadah.
Sauda,
Wayatha.
Waika,
Yagtazuba.
Watazawa,
Al.
Al,
Tazapawanyaka.
Tazapaponika,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Lakawa.
Lakwa,
Rakakidam.
Lakra,
Magoya.
Magoya,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yasakar.
Yatsaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashiala,
Iwala.
Awana,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawa.
Nawatazawa,
Laba.
Labat,
Yakadwa.
Yakad,
Aliyaka.
Ayaka,
Bariath.
Maria,
Yakarathwa.
Yakaratu,
Aholia.
Yahali,
Adamam.
Adawan,
Wayashamai Alayam.
Ayawam,
Moa'aba.
Abba,
Wahagardi.
Wagari,
Gabal.
Kapal,
Waimawan.
Waibuam,
Waimalak.
Waidulak,
Palashah.
Palishat,
Anyashabia.
Anishanu,
Tazawar.
Tazawur,
Gum Ashawar.
Rashur,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Aiman.
Aman,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zerai.
Zara,
Labanya.
Labani,
Lawat.
Sawat,
Salah.
Salat,
Ashalaham.
Aishalaham,
Kabadi.
Kamani,
Kasiyah Sara'at.
Kasawayat,
Kayabian.
Karabian,
Banakol.
Banakol,
Koyashwan.
Kawashua,
Nashamatwa.
Nashamakwa,
Bayan Da'ara.
Bayan Durab,
Hayawa.
Haywa,
Daman.
Yaman,
La'at Daman.
La'at, Dema,
Shayathamwa.
Sayatama,
Nadar Yakmawa.
Kuda, Yatua,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Kazabat.
Kazabat,
Kazabat.
Kazabat,
Katazol.
Katazol,
Mana.
Manat,
Kol.
Kol,
Nasiya Kamwa.
Nazikan,
Nashar.
Ashar,
Marwa.
Demar,
Narshah.
Narshah,
Nanawa.
Nadawa,
Af.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Aqua,
Alahayim.
Alahayam,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa.
Shalitani,
Kabagala.
Bagala,
Kwash.
Kash,
Lapanya.
Apanya,
Barakah.
Waraka,
Ka'ash.
Kaash,
Kabiria Ira.
Kabari, Ira,
What Kalabah?
Walkalaba,
Kalahat.
Elaha,
Arian.
Pari,
Karn.
Han,
Baradakma.
Tawidaka,
Basarika.
Basarika,
Wabasa.
Baska,
Hafka.
Patka,
Kalaham.
Kalaham,
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah,
Panyaham.
Panyam,
Kalawan.
Kalawam,
Wayaba Kwashi.
Wayaba Kwashi.
Shakab.
Shekab,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Bashi. Waya,
Yawa,
Wahom,
Bahal,
Ayai,
Ayah,
Waya,
Waya,
Saparu,
Saparu,
Waya,
Waya,
Abak,
Abak,
Waya,
Waya,
the Iowa,
the Iowa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Mata,
Mata,
Shika,
Shika,
Yahweh,
Yahal,
Labak,
Labaka,
Al-Yuan,
Ayuwan,
Al,
Al,
Call,
Kal,
Harakazah.
Harakazah.
All right, Psalm 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep out thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
And
peace,
be not still, O Yahweh.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
the enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
and lifted up thy
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have come against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off,
from being a nation.
being a nation.
That the name of Yahshua
The name of Yahshua,
may be no more.
let it be no more.
In remembrance.
remembrance.
For that they sold us together
For they have to go together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They're confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Moab.
Moab,
The Hagarenes.
the Hagarenes,
The Baal.
the Baal,
Ammon.
Ammon,
And Amalek.
Amalek,
The Philistines with the habits of Tyre.
the Philistines that have of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as to the
As
Midianites,
to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
As the brook of Kisan.
as the brook of Kishon,
Which perished at Endor.
the parents are indoor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Making nobles like a rib.
That's the numbers for the
It's
real.
like
That's what. Making nobles like a rib.
make a nose like a rib.
And like said.
Like said,
Yea.
Yeah,
All the princes as Zabah.
as the prince of Sabbath,
And as Amunah.
and as a moon
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of the Yahweh in possession,
Oh my power.
all my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make it like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth the wood.
as the fire burned the wood,
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
as the flame from the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
Make them afraid of thy storm.
make them afraid of thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill
fill their faces with shame.
Let them seek thy name.
Let them see thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord,
Let them be confounded in trouble.
let them be confounded in trouble
Forever.
forever.
So like, yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame and perish.
let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
They may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
are the most high over all earth.
All right, last one. Power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh, the
Yahweh,
name Yahweh Shah.
the name Yahweh,
Listen to us now.
listen to us now,
Right now.
right now.
Use the curses.
The evil incursions,
Punishment, destruction.
punishment, and destruction
To the heathen.
to the heathen
That speak against us.
that speak against
Like
us,
prophets.
their
The
prophets,
teachers.
thy teachers,
Princes.
thy
The
princes,
priests.
the priests,
The Israelite brothers.
the Israelite
In
brothers,
the school.
and the
To
school.
use the curses.
And the evil
Curses,
curses,
punishment, destruction.
punishment, and destruction
To the heathen.
to the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
the treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school,
Force their riches.
force their riches,
To enter into thy
and
sanctuary.
to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
And evil and curses,
And punishment and destruction.
punishment and destruction
To the Edomites.
to the Edomites,
In their nation.
and the nation,
In their drug dealers.
the drug
The
dealers,
court system.
the court
The
system,
prison
the
system.
prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments are our enemies.
All the governments are our enemies.
Amalekites, synagogues, and armies.
Allied synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church,
The Pope.
the Pope,
Islam.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Scientology.
Scientology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads.
Skinheads,
Cosmopolitan.
Constantine,
The gay movement.
the gang movement,
The lesbian
the
movement.
lesbian movement,
Spies.
spies,
Works of witchcraft.
workers of witchcraft,
National space program.
National space program,
Army.
Army,
Navy.
Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force,
Marines.
Marines,
Wall Street.
Wall Street,
Open up the internet.
open up the internet,
And the airwaves.
and the airwaves,
The cable access channel.
there were access channel,
And the radio channel.
the radio channel,
Convict the spirit
it's the spirit
of any of thy people.
For any of thy people
that seek to stop us.
that seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction
Bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathen
to all the heathen.
that stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
They try to stop us.
Trying to stop us.
Broadcast your words.
Broadcast your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let us all the plagues.
Let us all plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
So you go to and fro.
To the earth and consume them.
The earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
come down to flying saucers.
come down with flying saucers,
Punish all the heathens
punish all the heathen
that come up against us.
that come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
I just speak thy
The
word.
prophets be known by all.
Let it be known by all.
That it's the angels that done it.
That is the angels that done it.
Cause it to be spread to the media.
Cause it to be spread to the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake as I come.
Cause it to shake at thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh
In
Shai,
the name of Yahushua,
Mashiach,
Mashiach,
our King.
our King.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, sorry. Actually, you know what, Salaki? Yeah, sorry to return. Also, too, y'all have an opportunity to bless the scrolls and also get anointed if you choose to. But the as far as blessing the scrolls, that's not optional. Salaki. Goddamn, Salaki.
I'll get anointed. I'll get anointed.
You say you want to get anointed? I got you. I got you. Now, as far as blessing the scrolls, I'll tell you how to do that. I'll show you how to do it. It's a lot. All right. All right. So what I need you to do, Divine, I want you to turn that camera facing me. Yeah. It's like, yeah, perfect, right there. Yep. All right. So come here. So knock this on. Yep. All right. That's perfect. All right. So you're gonna. So I got scrolls, right? You're gonna be in a Elijah. So you gotta have your feet together. So you got heels together actually. So Elijah. So Elijah Shabbat. Yeah. So Elijah first. Elijah Shabbat. Elijah. No. You Elijah Shabbat, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Elijah.
Elijah Shabbat, and then Barak. And then you put your fist right here. And then, so it'll be Yahweh, Yahweh, Bashmir, Shah, Barak, yeah, right? So try. I got you. So, Amaj Shabbat, Amaj, Barak, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak, yeah. All right. Yep. And then, you guys come on. Do the best that you can, all right? All right, so Imagine, yeah, Shabbat, Imagine, the rocks always be sure all the time. Yep. So should up there. Yahweh Hashem, so like Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak, yeah. All right. And then you come here. I'm gonna bless it myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I want you to scroll always on your right shoulder. All right. Let me just show you that real quick. So, how about you guys shop rock? Yeah, you gotta make it aggressive too. So, tap back. Tap the water. All right. All right, let's go back over here. If you could turn that back over. Perfect. The water. And then also too, also like I put that camera over there, but it's a while. So. You want to get a number as well? Swab? All right. All right. So real quick. Swab.
Wow.
All right. One time. Try to slap it up. Slap it up. All right. So now it's like here. Let's close it out. This light's getting a little better, huh? Shit. All right. Huh?
That's wild.
No, that shit stinks. I'm gonna get better now. All right, no sweat. All right, so mid answer. Imagine, my Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Y'all Matah. Courtesy salute for sisters. Y'all just sorry towards the chairs. Ben Israel, Elijah. No, Elijah. Elijah means stick together. Yeah. Elijah Shabbat. Elijah. Barak. Yahweh Shemar Baba Shem Yahushua. Y'all Matah. Class dismissed. All right, shalom, Israel. I'll see y'all Tuesday, Lord Allah. Shalom.